Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame, though it might be nice.
So Heat versus Cavs, guys. As a Heat fan, you know this is one of the games that I circle on my calendar to watch because, you know, the Cavs, they're the reigning Eastern Conference champs. And, you know, like, to me, like, despite the Cavs' struggles and stuff, to me, they're the measuring stick of the Eastern Conference. But I definitely was looking forward to this one because the Heat have had wins over Toronto and Boston, which are the top two teams in the East. But I definitely needed to see how we measured against the Cavs because I remember in the first game, they just completely smoked us. Like, there was no hope for us in that game. And in the second game, it was actually a close game, but the Cavs didn't have Kevin Love at the time, and the Heat still ended up losing. But I'm just gonna get right to it, guys. Like, this game was a blowout. Like a motherfucking This was happy for me because as a Heat fan, like, I feel like almost every Heat game is down to the last wire. Like, I feel good about it, but at the same time, it's kind of weird because I'm so used to, like, all the competitiveness. But LeBron back in Miami, I think this is the fourth time since he's gone back that he's playing the Heat. But at the start of this game, I knew I was expecting a tough competitive game because, you know, the Cavs, like I said, they're the East champs, they're the measuring stick, and I definitely wanted to the Heat should definitely try to defend home court, especially because they got a nice little homestand with below 500 teams coming up. The Heat had their best offensive and defensive first quarter of the season, hands down, in this game. Like, just the way the game started, like, you could tell that the Heat were more engaged into the game than the Cavs were. And that could just be like Miami, you know. What I've heard is Miami can distract you and throw you off a bit. But through that whole first quarter, man, I think, like, as a team whole, we played, especially LeBron, we played them extremely solid. I know in like the first, like, one of the first couple plays of the game, Kevin Love took an elbow to the face and, like, pretty much knocked a tooth out of it. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out. That was a little gross, but hope his tooth is still there and okay. It might not be, but hopefully it's okay. But definitely, guys, my highlight of this game, well, like, I have a few highlights, but what I'm gonna remember most from this game are Dwayne Wade's 2 blocks on LeBron. Not one, but 2 blocks. Like they were both, like, sneaky type of blocks too, because during the first quarter, LeBron seemed to be driving in, and, like, Kelly was holding his own, you know, like, playing the best defense he could, and then Dwayne Wade just out of nowhere snapped. And as a Heat fan, like, you couldn't be any more happier than to see that Dwayne Wade blocking LeBron in the Heat's house. But the Heat definitely brought it tonight. Like, I wish they could have brought this against the Pacers, Thunder, like the last 2 teams, because those last couple of teams have been definitely owning us down in the paint, you know, getting their way with us, especially because there's no Whiteside. And tonight especially, there was no Bam either, so, like, really we had no center out there tonight. And just our defense as a team was just spot on. It was good. Like, it feels like we were just locking down everyone on Cleveland, and if LeBron, you can't lock down LeBron, but it feels like we were just making almost every shot he took contested. And that's what you want, you know. You want LeBron to take jump shots, because whether, like, his shooting has improved, but he's not going to be known as a shooter, but that you definitely want him taking jump shots. But I think especially James Johnson, though. I think James Johnson, like, he was up for this game for sure. Like, he accepted that defensive task of guarding LeBron and going up against him on the offensive end. I think he blocked him, like, I want to say twice, but I think they might have only called 1 block. But man, James Johnson really stepped it up, and that's what we need, especially going into the playoffs. We need James Johnson to step up like that, because he was looking just like the James Johnson from last season, and a really good James Johnson plus D Wade, and everybody just contributing like they did tonight. I'm just saying, like, if you're any team in the East, like, you don't want to see the Miami Heat in the first round for sure. That's what But as for the Cavs, like, outside of LeBron, they really couldn't find any offense tonight. J.R. Smith, he looked terrible out there. Tristan Thompson, like, he tried a bit, but not gonna cut it. I know Rodney Hood and Jordan Clarkson got a couple shots during the game, but obviously it's not enough. It's not gonna be enough if LeBron's doing most of the work, and that's the problem with the Cavs. Like, Rodney Hood especially, like, he needs to, like, step up, like, because when he's coming up the court, like, when he has the ball in his hand, I feel like he's just looking for LeBron. And, like, that, like, it's LeBron's the best player in the world. Like, you know, who's not gonna look for him if you're on his team? But Rodney Hood, man, like, they need you. They need you to score. Like, I love Rodney Hood, especially Utah Jazz Rodney Hood. What you did on the Jazz, which was score, and I've seen you play, like, in person. I've seen you play, man. Like, you're a really good basketball player. And if it wasn't for Donovan Mitchell just coming out of nowhere and just looking like one of the best two guards in the league, then I think you'd still be in Utah. But, you know, everything happens. But Rodney Hood, you have a chance, man, on the Cavs. Like, I feel once, like, I believe in Rodney Hood. Like, I think he'll get it together, and, like, he'll bring his scoring ability, and that'll definitely help the Cavs out. And just other players too, man. Jordan Clarkson, like, he's a solid bench player. You know, he's good for at least 10 points a night. George Hill, like, he needs to step up. Like, that point guard spot is just dead for Cleveland, man. At this point, your only point guard's LeBron. I mean, George Hill is obviously a point guard too, but he's not like really contributing much at this point. I feel like this is the best Cleveland could do, because the team they had before the trade deadline was even worse. So I feel like the East is definitely going to be up for grabs this year. And, like, I was like shocked through the whole game that it was actually, like, the Heat were up by like 20 at one point, and, like, the Cavs cut it down as close to 9 or 11, but the Cavs they were never in this game. And, like, I know if the Cavs and Heat meet in the playoffs, that would probably not happen, because playoff LeBron is something else. I know that from experience as watching him on the Miami Heat. Like, this is just one of those games that the Heat win, like, against the top 3 team in the East. Like, now knowing that I have wins over Boston, Toronto, and Cleveland, which are the top 3 teams, like, that's definitely a serious confidence booster. Like, as a Heat fan, I feel like the Heat can go on the road in any first round playoff series against any of the top 4 teams in the East and steal a game, or maybe steal both. I truly believe that. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Heat fan, but, like, I think this team's definitely coming around and showing what they can do. But in all seriousness, though, I feel like Cleveland will be just fine. Like, I don't have a prediction yet of who's gonna come out of the East, just because of how crazy everything's going on with, like, Boston's injuries and Cleveland obviously struggling on here. And I'll definitely be making a video in the next couple weeks about my predictions on that, so stay tuned for that, guys. But my player of the game for sure is James Johnson. Like, he played LeBron so perfect tonight. He was just remarkable on defense, and on offense he was still getting buckets. He was still doing James Johnson things in that, and that's what we need. I cannot stress that anymore. We paid you, James Johnson, for a reason, and you're finally starting to come through, and that makes me really happy as a Heat fan. Like, I love James Johnson. His game is very solid. It's polished. He's got handles. He can shoot. Well, when he wants to, he can shoot. But I like his game. But I do definitely think that part of our playoff success is going to depend on him. And by the way, LeBron, you're 0-4 now since you've left Miami back for Cleveland. Just saying, you know, maybe you should have reconsidered. But as always, guys, remember to leave a like. Definitely consider subscribing, because, you know, it'd mean the world to this guy. Especially so pumped after that D Wade block. But especially so pumped after that D Wade block on LeBron. Like, oof, that got me so pumped. This whole game had me pretty much pumped, and the win too. Like, that just made my night as a Heat fan. I'm sorry, Cavs fans, but, you know, you got 2 on us. We got to at least get 1, and at least we were able to defend home court, and that's all what matters. But definitely, guys, leave a like, subscribe, comment, anything. You know, let me know your guys' thoughts on this game, or if you're a Cavs or Heat fan. But definitely, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the